For once, I'm not sitting on the floor in a video. Will wonders never cease? Hello, my loves. Today is a celebration. Let's talk about that. I was planning to make this video right after the last 4 that I posted. It was kind of meant to end the series and like sum everything up. But life happened, and the video never happened. Now it works out that this lines up with an anniversary, so hey, win-win. I'll get to that in a second. So, 2018 was long. Felt like everything that could happen did happen last year. I turned 17, I got my first couple of jobs, I got to be part of the crew for Hunchback of Notre Dame and met some people that I love very, very much. I went to Italy, a few of my friends got married, I rode the Leviathan at Canada's Wonderland with my best friend for the first time. Still haven't decided if that was a good thing or not. It was as insane as any year. And life doesn't reset when you hang up a new calendar. Of course, it's life. It carries over into the next year. Things in the past don't disappear. That's why I wanted to talk about 6 months. This is pretty big. Today is a celebration because I have experienced 6 months of life. Let me explain. Today is a celebration because it has been 6 months since I was in the hospital. 6 months of life is my way of kind of like referring to that. I don't know, it's like my 2nd birthday or whatever. I had to think about how I wanted to talk about this, how I wanted to present it to you guys. And of course, doing it honestly is the best way. I don't want this to be gloomy or depressing. Like I said, it's a celebration. Darkness is hard to get rid of. And it's hard to learn how to leave it behind while still acknowledging it as part of your life. But when you get woken up from it, it's really easy to get tired of staying in the dark. I've gotten tired of not liking myself, holding myself to what I've done, beating myself up over things that I can't undo and can't redo is exhausting. And I have been doing it for a really, really long time. And I'm not okay with it anymore. So I'm working to change it. I've been working to, and I am really starting to understand myself. What makes me tick, the things that make me happy, the things I've refused myself for the sake of other people, and the fact that I need to put myself first. Because it's my life. And everybody comes and goes to some degree. I'm gonna be stuck with myself for forever. So I need to make myself someone that I want to be around. And I'm starting to get these moments, even briefly, where I'm happy to be me. Happy that I'm me right now, in this moment, regardless of anything that came before it. Saturday night, I was out with some friends. Having a good time, hanging out, all that. While biking home, I had just left, it was like a minute ago, I just pulled away. And I started tearing up out of nowhere. Because I realized, I thought to myself, out of nowhere, I'm happy to be alive. And it's true, I am. Being happy with myself and being happy that I'm alive are 2 things that have not happened to me for a very long time. So, needless to say, I'm still kind of surprised that I had those moments, that I'm having those moments, that I'm happy that I'm here. What I've done in the past was I was trying to control myself on someone else's terms. I was basing myself almost entirely on what certain people in my life would be happy with. And I was miserable. Because that's not healthy. Because I like being a guy who's rainbowy and sunshiny and goofy and smiley and soft. I like being a little childish and not growing up too fast. And I'm starting to see the strength in that. I like caring. I like doing my best to be kind even when the world really isn't. I'm doing everything I can to make it to tomorrow. I'm getting up in the morning when I don't want to, because sometimes I don't. And I'm facing what is scarred in myself and working to be soft with myself, even though life has given me every reason to be hard. I like being hopeful, and I'm going to be hopeful. I love easily, and I feel intensely, and I give my heart to the world, even when the world doesn't want it, and I never want to stop being these things. I am fighting to be hopeful, to be better, to heal even though it hurts. I am fighting with everything in me to believe that I have purpose here, and that I belong here, and that I deserve to take up space. My value isn't, and never will be, determined by what I do, by how productive I am, and my value definitely is not determined by other people. And after kind of realizing all these things and accepting it, or at least working to accept it and make it part of my mindset, it has made me realize life isn't actually too bad. Back in November, I voiced a couple of characters in It's a Wonderful Life, and I've watched that movie a dozen odd times, so I know the story really well. But when we were on stage, something that Clarence the Angel said to George Bailey, the main character, caught my attention more than it ever had before. He said, "You see, George, you really have a wonderful life. Don't you see what a mistake it would be to throw it away?" Six months ago, I tried to kill myself by overdose. And it is a miracle that I am still alive. I was told by the doctor that night that what I did should have killed me. I took 3 times the number of pills that should have killed anyone. And I walked away with no damage at all. And after that, after coming home, going back to life, or trying to pick up the pieces of life and move forward, I never had some revelation where it was like, whoa, I could have never seen and experienced all these things that are happening to me day to day. I realized that the minute I walked out of the hospital. And I have thought about it every single day since then. Every time I watch the sunset, every time one of my favorite shows comes out with a new season, every time I play the piano, every time I dance around my house, whenever I hug one of my best friends, those are moments that remind me. Every day, I am acutely aware of how incredible it is that I am here. Just think, every day, for the rest of my life, every snowflake and raindrop and cloud is one that I wasn't going to see. My life, for the rest of my life, is a miracle. And it's not easy. Of course it isn't. It's still life. But I am going to make it. And it's not like I don't have things to look forward to. I'm going to see my favorite band for the first time in a few weeks. I'm so excited. I'll finally get to see my best friend again in a few months after a year. Soon I can get my next tattoos. I'm working on getting my driver's license. I'm learning how to cook more. I finally got to dye my hair again. I'm still acting. I'm still writing more than ever. And I'm still changing. I'm still changing. I'm still growing. I'm still growing up. Of course I am. I've got a long way to go. I'm becoming myself. And I'm happy about that. I don't know what this year has for me. We're already a quarter of the way through it, so that's that. It's gonna be rough, but it is going to be good. It's gonna be It's gonna be really good. To sum this all up, what is next for any of us? Death, presumably, with some stuff before that. I look forward to it. See you next time, my loves. Thanks for talking.